everybody, I'm Alan Abbasi, and we're here in Fender Studios talking to Joshua Ray Gooch about some of our new American Vintage 2 Series models. Josh is holding a brand new American Vintage 2 1965 Strat. This is part of the American Vintage 2 Series, which is a series that is comprised of instruments that are done as accurately as possible to the specs that were used in the 50s and 60s from Fender's past. So we have great new neck shapes, logos, all the stuff as accurate as possible, right down to the pickups and the lacquer finishes. So what'd you think about this guitar after you played some demos?
It's incredible. I mean, I just played for a couple of hours and really put it through the paces. This is the first time I played the guitar. And you know, when we're doing these demos, we play all different styles with the intention of like, whoever's watching the video, they can see something equating to their style on screen. It's all there. It's all clear as a bell. It's the thing that a Strat does, that you want it to do. It does all those things. And the pickups are just really clear. I mean, that was one of the first things I noticed is, regardless of how much gain I have on there, there's a clarity from the bottom string to the top string that you get when you want to get that with a Strat, and it does exactly that.
The 65 Strat is a very interesting model because in 1965, Fender was purchased by the CBS company, and leading up to that, and then throughout that year, a lot of transitions were going around with the specs and the models and such. Some of the specs here represent that perfectly. For instance, the logo here changed from the famous Fender spaghetti logo to what we call this transition logo, which is a much chunkier logo with a new font there, which is really interesting. The dots that used to be clay on rosewood boards changed to perloid by 1965. We've got a round laminated rosewood board here. Other cool things would be the pickguard. The celluloid material that used to look green, now they switched to a more plastic material that has this white look to it, so that's very distinctive. And the pickups also, if you look at the inside of the guard there, you'll notice that the bobbins had a gray bottom to them. All these great things are representative of that transition period between Fender being bought by CBS, so it's really interesting. Of course, we also have to talk about the lacquer finishes. This guitar comes in beautiful candy apple red, sonic blue, or shoreline gold. Is that your favorite color?
It's hard to say, but this one's hard to, I mean, it's hard to beat.
We're looking at some new colors from the American Vintage 2 Series line. Joshua here is holding a brand new 1966 Jazzmaster. What color you got there?
Got Sherwood Green Metallic.
Sherwood Green Metallic. Incredible color. Now, in Fender's history, it was interesting that Leo Fender used the same lacquer that car companies were using, so all these cool vintage colors can harken back to some kind of hot rod in the past, right? So a 1966 Jazzmaster has some other great features like binding on the neck, block inlays, matching headstock. Some of the other cool colors for some of the models we're offering are black for the 1957 Stratocaster. For the 1960 Precision Bass, we're offering Olympic white. And I'm holding a limited edition run of the 1951 Telecaster in this very bright white color called Prototype White. Prototype White was born because Leo Fender, back in the early days when he was making his initial prototypes of what would become the Telecaster, he used white paint on some of those. So we did a white one to kind of harken back to that. And of course, the 51 Telecaster is known for having a big, huge U-shaped neck, which this has. Incredible pickups, and again, a lacquer finish. And this is a limited run, so it'll be available for a short time. Get them while they're hot. So that's some of the great new stuff that we've got for the American Vintage 2 series.